Sweetheart, you're nothing to me now. You're not a brother. You're not a friend. I don't want to know you or what you do. I don't want to see you at the hotels. I don't want you near my house. When you see our mother, I want to know a day in advance so I won't be there.
Hello, everybody. I had to throw that in there. We got a lot to get to, but something very, very, very important to me and important to a lot of people in Chattanooga. Hi, Alan. Hi, Kim. I see Clint Powell out there. I see my son, Christopher. Jump into the fire. It's Sunday night, March the 7th. Since you no longer get sports on WTVC News Channel 9, part of Sinclair Broadcast Group, Kyle Larson won the race. So there's that. Couple of three things before I get into what I want to talk about tonight. COVIDville passed yesterday, despite the efforts of that dumbass Ted Cruz to put a thing in there so illegal immigrants or undocumented, hey, Dave Staley, and you see what he called me. Very few people do that anymore. Family and good friends, and that's one of them. And Senator Dick Durbin of Illinois bitch slapped Ted Cruz. Undocumented aliens cannot get the stimulus check because they don't have a damn social security number. Okay. Now we're seeing memes out there where schools are banning Dr. Seuss. For one more time, I'm going to tell you, this was a decision from the estate of Dr. Seuss to pull those books. There was no public outcry for those books to be taken away. It was a decision based on his estate. Let it go. Shut the hell up about it. I mean, my God almighty. It's kind of like, and now we're starting to see that people become COVID deniers again. Tuesday, 3 o'clock, I get my shot, first shot. So that's a good thing. But if the way I understand it, if President Biden can sign this legislation for the COVID bill by the middle of the week, the checks or the direct deposits should start showing up over the weekend. I mean, they're ready to fly with it. They've already done it twice. It'll be $1,400 per person. Husband and wife will get $2,800. Family of 4, and there'll be some eviction relief in there. All kinds of stuff that's desperately needed. It went straight down party lines, and it was needed, and a lot of people are going to need it. I've got a couple of guests here that will be by video shortly, and they've got some words to say. This week, and I don't know how else to put this, and I hope everybody understands or knows enough about the business. Sinclair Broadcast Group is to the right of Fox News. So in their infinite wisdom, they decided to start cost cutting this week. Close to 500 people lost their jobs this week. And I feel for each and every one of them. But 3 were right here in Chattanooga at WTVC. Two of them I know. One I know better than the other. Because other than family, he is the only person I know that calls me Ronnie. And I like that. Because I've told you before, my family refers to me as Ronnie and also Dave Staley. But Sinclair found in their infinite wisdom to cut 3 on-air personalities in Chattanooga. And I'm hoping I get her name right, Erin Thomas, I believe, Weather. And she was vital last year when the tornadoes hit Chattanooga. I know Scott Farley over at LFO High School credits her with saving he and his family's life. I refuse to call him Dr. Farley. Unless you got a stethoscope. Okay. That's an inside joke. I've always wanted to call Jay Blackman, Vice Chancellor, Sports Information Director with Chattanooga Mocs. I've always wanted to call him Dr. Blackman, but I haven't because he's Jay. So they lose a weather person. But what they do accomplish is killing the sports department. Now, as far back as I can remember, the first sports guy I can remember growing up in Chattanooga was on WTVC Channel 9, Bill McAfee. And there have been some good ones. Randy Smith, Kevin Billingsley, DP, Daryl Patterson. In 1984, a young man came to town by the name of Dave Staley. And when Daryl retired, Dave took over as the sports director at Channel 9. Their high school football coverage, second to none. Second to none. And that's in large part the vision of Dave Staley. Before there was Chris Goforth and Quake, it was Jim Reynolds and Dave Staley doing the high school games. I remember 2006. I had just come home from quintuple bypass surgery. And at that time, I was still with Stump on Sports Late Night. There's Barry. I know you and Dave do. And I meant to reach out to you earlier today, Barry. And I do apologize. But it was time to get back, and I went to cover a basketball game at McCallie. I'm still pretty weak, and I had lost a pile of weight. First person to come up and greet me that night was Dave Staley. Never forgot that. Never forgot that. It made me feel like I was part of Chattanooga media. And the kind words he posted on Facebook last Saturday about how different it was to be at Finley Stadium covering a Mocs game with nobody there, and he put no Ron Hall on the PA. Thank you for that, Dave. I don't think anybody else down there misses me, but they'll have to put up with me because I'm back off the injured reserve list come April Fool's Day. But what Dave did do, Dave accomplished something that has until that point had never been done, and it's never been done since by anyone in Chattanooga. And that's win an Emmy Award. January 24th, 2009, Dave Staley was an Emmy Award winner for this.
Hey everybody, welcome to Rivermont. Call your buddies because the Angels and the Pirates are ready to play. Let's swing into action. And yup, he fell off the swing. See, the Angels have a tremendous wall of defense. I wonder if the Pirates can penetrate it. The answer is yes. The answer is still yes. The answer is still yes. So the Angels simply draw up new plans. They reposition because it's not bouncing their way. The old way is not good. But it's tough changing strategy in midstream. Gwen is a trooper. She's not sure about this running thing. And James is one tough out. But the breaking ball is hard to hit. Meanwhile, the gritty Pirates continue to pour it on. The ball has eyes. However, you didn't think the Angels would fold, did you? Of course not. Some big hits. Scoring a lot of runs. But ultimately, tempers start to run a little bit short. And the way I see it, there's a Pirate sunbathing in center field. Might be time to split. All in all, we had a great time. A group of true champions.
Good game. See you next time.
Oh, we'll be back. Slide on into the action. We'll sip a little, eat a little, and find some more hardcore fans like Samuel and Oliver. Twins, 5 months old. Ain't life grand? By the way, hope you iced your knee, Coach.
Y'all ready, Coach? Oh!
Dave's Diamond Darlings. Think about it. There's an entire generation of kids who are now grown that appeared on that. I don't mean to make you sound old, Dave, but there's an entire generation. And that's journalism at its best. Dave captured something with the Diamond Darlings. Now, here, and the thing is, This was some funny stuff I found where Dave's the sports anchor, and he sent John Madewell out to Texas to cover a playoff game between the Chattanooga Mocs and Sam Houston. Check this out.
Friends, all that's left is to play a little football. Our John Madewell, a.k.a. Roy Rogers, is in the Lone Star State. He'll cover all the action for us now as he joins us live from a boot shop. Johnny, what are you doing? Johnny, good evening. How you doing? Johnny, can you hear me? Boots? Tex? Johnny. I don't think Johnny can hear us. Anyway, we're getting ready for the big, you saw the hat, you gotta love the hat. We're getting ready for the big game Saturday. How about a little preview, about a minute's worth? Go.
The Bearcats offense runs through the
just all those things.
Well, Dave, the Mocs will not be intimidated, as we said there. This could be a great offense against a great defense. Now, as we said earlier, we are here in the Western Boot Store in Nacogdoches, Texas. What do you think, Dave? The hat? The boots? What do you think, Dave?
I like them. I think it's very, very nice.
From Nacogdoches. Absolutely. Thanks.
That was Johnny Madewell. Boots, hat, and the whole shebang. Now, we got to move on. High school football, 3 area teams are...
Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Hey, Chris, thanks to my son for helping me put these videos together today. I hope Dave is still out there. And when Dave moves and becomes the weekend anchor, and for the last few years, you'd turn in the 6 o'clock news and you'd find this.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to sports. The Whitwell Tigers have put together a dream season. They have one more chapter to write. That chance comes Saturday afternoon in the state championship game. Now, Whitwell has combined back-to-back comeback wins. Next up is Cornersville. Like Whitwell, it's a small town where football is king. The town is located east of I-65 and near Lewisburg. And in 3 days, everything is on the line. The Whitwell Tigers.
Now, I knew John, and John knew who I was, or knows who I am. It's just by the time he is really out and about, I had transitioned from being part of the Cruise Stump on Sports to being a public address announcer. So my time was kind of limited in saying hi to people. I would try the best I could. I saw him most often at the Lookouts games when between innings or whatever, I'd run in to grab something to drink, because you have no idea how much fluid I consume during a Chattanooga Lookouts game. Little secret here. That's why we have the guest PA announcer now. Part of it is the fun of having a kid, but it also gives me a break to go to the bathroom. But, I reached out to a couple of folks today, and first up is a guy I worked with for a while here in Chattanooga. I guess you could say I worked for him, because he was program director at ESPN 105.1 The Zone. Had his own afternoon drive show, and reached out to him and asked him to say a few words.
Nick Bonsetto here in Las Vegas, and what a bad week it's been in the broadcast world. And I say that because Sinclair, the news groups, they just cut people all over the country. And when I heard that, I immediately reached out to Chattanooga, because, I have a lot of friends in Chattanooga. And I reached out to my good friend Dave Staley, and I sent him a message. I said, "Hey, bud, you okay?" And unfortunately, I found out he just terrible news that he and John Madewell were let go in Chattanooga, and I just have a hard time understanding how Dave Staley, John Madewell won't be on the air in Chattanooga. In my time there, they're just great guys, and the sports world without Dave on the air is something I just can't fathom in Chattanooga. But I wanted to take a second and at least tell Dave, John, I just want you both to know that we're thinking about you, even out here on the West Coast in Nevada. And I wish you the best of luck. I know you're both quality individuals, and I'm positive you'll land on your feet somewhere where it works for you. And thank you is what I also would like to say for your many, many years. And you made my stay there, and also your friendship, Dave, has meant a lot to me. Be well, my friends, and good luck.
Special thanks to Nick Bonsanto. He's missed here in Chattanooga. I know there are a lot of people who might not, but Nick's a good guy. And he went to bat for me when I was still an employee of Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee and writing a column for the ESPN Chattanooga website. And they were threatening to fire me, and he went to bat for me. But, that was the thing about it for we guys that were working for the late, great Stump Martin. There were certain individuals that made us feel welcome. There really were. There were folks that made us feel like we were actually part of the media and not, just a bunch of yahoos at UCTV down in Fort Oglethorpe. And one of those, of course, was Barry Schultz, Dave Staley. They made us all feel like, we had something to contribute to sports coverage in Chattanooga. And so I reached out to one of my buddies and my friend who took the mantle when Stump Martin passed and ran with it, and he and Scott and Rob are doing a tremendous job.
Hey everybody, Rusty Parkhill here, Scenic City Sports, and a longtime member of the Chattanooga, North Georgia area sports media. Just want to take a second and say a deep and heartfelt, sincere thank you to a couple of guys in this area who have been absolute pillars on the sidelines of local sports for the last few years, and that is John Madewell and Dave Staley. You guys epitomize what it means to be consummate professionals. You guys have always been good to us. You've always been good to all of our guys out on the sidelines, and that includes all the way back to the days when we were Stump on Sports and the big man was still with us, and I know he thought the world of you guys, both of you. And I just wanted to say, you guys have set the bar pretty high for the rest of us out here for a long time. So I just want to say thanks for all that you guys have done. I've known both of you for a long time. I think I've known Dave a little bit longer, but I was talking to my wife the other day and remembered that I'd actually played in a donkey basketball game over at Eastridge High School with John years ago. So you guys, good luck in all your future endeavors, and proud to call you friends.
Thanks, Rusty. I just felt it was right to reach out to Rusty because of the way, especially Dave, made all of us with Stump on Sports feel on the sideline. And I'm so glad Dave was working sports when the Lookouts were a Twins affiliate. Because I think the Twins are Dave's team. I could be wrong. More often than not, I am wrong. But I miss those days. I miss the championships at AT&T Field. Mark my words, the Minnesota Twins are going to win a World Series, and a lot of that talent came through Chattanooga. A lot of that talent that's now with the Twins came right through here. But, you know, we've got some good people out there doing sports now. And Angie Morian and Rick Nyman over at 12. Paul Shaheen and Ben Bobick over at Channel 3. But from Bill McAfee to Daryl Patterson to Dave Staley to John Madewell, it's like Channel 9 was the leader in local sports coverage. And now it's no more. And this area owes a huge debt of gratitude to Dave and to John for covering their sports. It's like a friend of mine, Teresa, brought up. There are kids who were featured on Dave's Diamond Darlings whose kids are now playing T-ball. Now, how cool is that? And I dare say there will never be another Emmy winner from Chattanooga television. And Dave has that distinction. And that's a pretty big deal. And the way everything went down, I just felt this was necessary to let Dave know how much Dave and John, just how much this area appreciates what they have done for us over the years. You know, and I found this, and this is those two at their best. It's a short clip, but check it out.
Acclimated to defending this so much. I mean, Tennessee, of course, has practiced all fall for it, but, you know, as you have often said, playing against live real bullets is a different thing.
It is a different thing. By the way, that gentleman knows you. He was yelling at you, John. Maybe I'm not sure. He's a good friend anyway. So there's.
Does it get any better than that? Because that sense of humor that Dave has is just, that's top shelf. They're both needed in Chattanooga. And this is the only way I know to say thank you. Because as it stands right now, I'm not going to see Dave or John at the ballpark this summer. Not going to see him at Finley this fall or at McKenzie. I know I'll see him, but this is the only way I knew to let folks say thank you. So, John Madewell, and especially you, Dave Staley, thank you for being a friend. And you're the best, man. Absolute best. Folks, that's going to wrap it up tonight. We'll be back Tuesday night. And rest assured, I'm going to have plenty to bitch about, because there's enough going on in this world, and everybody that knows me and knows me well enough will tell you, boy, I can bitch with the best of them. We will see you Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. Thanks, everybody. Good night.
Oh, look at me. I'm rambling again. Well, I hope you folks enjoyed yourselves. Catch you later on down the trail. Say, friend, got any more of that good sarsaparilla?
Goodbye, 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 goodbye.